The United States is striking back at Iran-linked militants following attacks on American targets in the Middle East in recent weeks. U.S. forces are carrying out a variety of retaliatory strikes that risk sparking a broader war. While United States has said operations were aimed at deterring further attacks against its forces in region, retaliatory strikes were not fully successful. On Friday, U.S. military bases bore the brunt of 3 attacks in both Iraq and Syria. According to an AP report, the ongoing conflict has raised concerns that the United States could unintentionally trigger broader tensions, contrary to its intended purpose of deterring attacks on American forces in the region. While United States has so far been able to counterattack without a major escalating response from Iran, the back-and-forth and continued attacks on U.S. forces in region lead to possible accidents and misinterpretations. That's according to Brian Finucane, formerly the Foreign Office's Office of Legal Counsel, where he advised on legal and policy issues related to counter-terrorism and the use of military force. There is plenty of room for miscalculations or mishaps on both sides, Finucane, now senior advisor to the International Crisis Group's U.S. program, told the Daily Beast, if U.S. soldiers were, God forbid, killed in an attack, the U.S. may feel it needs to further escalate its response, which could include directly targeting Iranian Revolutionary Guard personnel, which ministration has not done so far. One stated aims of the Biden administration's strikes against Iran-linked targets is to prevent spread Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza. U.S. officials have been warning Iran and its proxies for weeks to stay away from Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza. However, Iran-aligned forces have launched a series of attacks against U.S. forces in Syria and Iraq almost daily since mid-October. A U.S. warship was forced to destroy several missiles and drones launched by the Iran-backed Houthis from Yemen last month. Iran-backed Houthis announced on Tuesday that they launched ballistic missiles at Israeli targets. Neither the U.S. nor Iran are likely to seek a wider war. According to Finucane, said Iran was currently juggling an effort to assert itself against U.S. support for Israel. In a bid to avoid triggering a wider war, Iran is walking a fine line here. On one hand, they want to keep the pressure on U.S., including responding to U.S. support for Israel in Gaza, but they do not want a regional war themselves. Finucane said, the Pentagon is trying to twist a narrative that recent U.S. counterstrikes against Iranian targets are an indication that U.S. deterrence is working. Pentagon Deputy Press Secretary Sabrina Singh told reporters Tuesday that this was partly because Defense Department claimed counterstrikes helped prevent Israel-Hamas war from spreading into region. This war we want to see is limited to Israel and Gaza. We don't want to see a broader regional